Welcome to our video where we explore the 8 fish to avoid at all costs. It's no secret that omega-3 fatty acids, protein, and essential vitamins and minerals form a powerhouse trio, promoting heart health and ensuring our bodies function optimally. But let's pause for a moment before you dig in. The truth is, not all fish swimming in the vast blue are beneficial for us. Choosing without caution could transform a meal intended to boost our health into a potential health risk. In this session, we're going to explore 8 fish that, despite their appeal, are better left off your plate. Here's something to pique your curiosity. Have you ever come across a fish that can reach the remarkable age of 150 years and is a common feature on many restaurant menus? While its age might seem fascinating, it's not exactly a plus when it comes to your health. Such a long lifespan allows the fish to accumulate a significant amount of toxins. Consuming these toxins could adversely affect our health, particularly our brain function. Before we dive deeper, could we ask for a small favor? Hit the like button to help spread awareness, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you stay updated with all our latest insights. We're here to equip you with the knowledge you need for a healthier, more vibrant life. Kicking off our list at number 8, we've got king mackerel. Among the diverse mackerel family featured on dining tables, king mackerel is one to approach with caution. But what exactly puts king mackerel in the spotlight for the wrong reasons? The answer lies in mercury, a toxic metal found in concerning amounts in king mackerel. Ingesting high mercury levels can unleash a host of health problems, including neurological issues, potential harm to the kidneys, and developmental challenges in children. So why is king mackerel more mercury-laden than its relatives? Positioned higher on the food chain, king mackerel preys on smaller fish, leading to a higher accumulation of toxins like PCBs in their system. Even substances banned decades ago can persist in our ecosystems, ultimately accumulating in the tissues of these predatory fish. However, it's crucial not to dismiss all mackerel based on this. It's king mackerel that's under scrutiny. Other members of the mackerel family, such as the Atlantic mackerel and ATK mackerel, boast a much cleaner bill of health. These varieties are celebrated for their lower mercury content and their abundance of omega-3 fats, which are champions in combating inflammation. Indeed, Atlantic and Attica mackerel are excellent choices for those looking to enjoy seafood without the health risks associated with higher mercury fish. Sliding into our countdown at number 7, we have the orange Ruffy, otherwise known to some as slimehead. This fish boasts an astonishing lifespan of up to 150 years, typically reaching maturity only around 30 years of age. What does this mean for your plate? There's a good chance the orange Ruffy on it has been around for several decades at least, but here's the catch. With such a prolonged existence, orange Ruffy accumulates a wide range of toxins over its lifetime. We're not only talking about mercury, a common concern, but also a variety of other harmful substances that permeate our oceans. A study conducted in 2004 threw light on this issue, analyzing orange Ruffy specimens aged between 1 and 139 years. The results revealed unsettling levels of mercury, arsenic, cadmium, and lead in the fish. These heavy metals are notorious for their toxicity. When ingested by humans, these metals don't just pass through. They tend to accumulate in fatty tissues, leading to a host of health problems over time, including inflammation, decreased cellular function, fatigue, cognitive difficulties, depression, and increased risk of heart disease due to arterial inflammation. Interestingly, the study noted that male orange Ruffy showed higher levels of toxins compared to females, potentially because females may release some toxins during egg production. But the concern doesn't end with health risks. The orange Ruffy's tail is also a cautionary note on environmental impact. This species is currently facing challenges from overfishing, threatening not just their population, but the broader oceanic biodiversity and ecosystem balance. Hence, when choosing your next seafood dish, it's wise to consider both the personal health and environmental implications of opting for orange Ruffy. Continuing with our list, let's talk about a fish that's become a staple on many menus. Coming in at number 6, we have tilapia. Tilapia is a popular pick among fish enthusiasts in the US, but it's time to dive a bit deeper into some of its not-so-great qualities. A significant issue lies in its fatty acid composition. Both omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids are crucial for our health, yet it's the balance between these two that matters most. An excess of omega-6 over omega-3 can trigger inflammation, raise blood pressure, and increase the risk of heart disease. Unfortunately, tilapia is known for having one of the most disproportionate omega-6 to omega-3 ratios found in fish, tipping the scale towards a pro-inflammatory profile. But there's another layer to this: the concern over the safety of imported tilapia. The US FDA has raised flags over several tilapia imports due to concerning levels of chemicals. These substances, used to combat parasites in aquaculture, have been identified as potential carcinogens and banned in many places. Yet they are still in use in some fish farming operations, often evading detection. Moreover, the high levels of antibiotics found in imported tilapia add to the growing concern over antibiotic resistance, a significant public health issue. Considering these points, it might be time to reassess tilapia's reputation as a healthy seafood choice. At number 5 on our list, we spotlight the marlin, a true spectacle of the ocean's depths with its impressive size and power. Yet for all its grandeur, the marlin is perhaps better admired from a distance than served on a plate. Occupying a top tier in the oceanic food chain, marlin accumulates significant mercury levels. This metal, a potent neurotoxin, infiltrates marine ecosystems through both natural processes and human activities. The food chain dynamics mean that mercury concentration escalates in larger, longer-lived species like the marlin as they consume smaller fish laden with mercury. Though occasional fish consumption might expose us to minimal mercury levels, the concern grows with regular intake, potentially leading to neurological issues, cognitive impairments, problems with vision and hearing, kidney problems, and increased heart disease risk. Marlin's diet and their extended lifespan, coupled with a lack of natural predators, predispose them to particularly high mercury concentrations. This makes marlin a particularly concerning choice for everyone, especially pregnant women. Mercury has been shown to transfer through breast milk, endangering infants' neurological development. Indeed, research from the Harvard Center for Risk Analysis points to prenatal methyl mercury exposure correlating with IQ declines. Additional studies have reported neurological test score deficits in children linked to mercury exposure. Thus, despite the marlin's captivating presence, opting for safer, lower mercury fish is a prudent choice for those concerned about health. As we continue our exploration of seafood choices, landing at number 4, we delve into the world of eel, a popular ingredient in many sushi dishes. Eel may have sparked some concerns regarding the toxicity of its raw form and blood, but these are mitigated by cooking. However, the real problem with eel consumption lies in the environmental toxins they absorb. A study published in the journal Chemisphere shed light on this issue, particularly focusing on eels from various locations in Belgium. The findings were startling. A significant 77% of the tested sites were home to eels contaminated with hazardous textile dyes. But the concerns don't stop at dyes. In Taiwan, research has raised alarms about the levels of cadmium found in eel populations. This toxic metal, a byproduct of the electroplating industry, is linked to osteomalacia, a condition that softens bones, and to severe kidney damage. Moreover, other studies have identified the presence of flame retardants and plasticizers in eels destined for human consumption, adding to the health concerns surrounding this fish. On top of health issues, there's an urgent sustainability angle. The global eel population is facing significant decline, with many species on the brink of endangerment. This crisis is fueled by overfishing, habitat destruction, and the soaring demand for eel-based dishes, particularly sushi. Some eel species, such as the European eel, have been granted protection under international conservation laws. Despite efforts, attempts at artificial breeding of eels have largely failed, raising further alarm over their decreasing numbers. Given these considerations, opting out of eel as a menu choice seems like a wise decision. After all, the ocean offers a vast array of healthier and more sustainable seafood options. Sliding into the third spot on our list, we spotlight basa, a Southeast Asian variety of catfish that's become a culinary favorite worldwide, thanks to its pleasing taste and wallet-friendly price. However, there's more to basa than meets the palate, particularly concerning how it's farmed in the Mekong River region of Vietnam. The Mekong Delta, the heartland of basa farming, is unfortunately synonymous with farming practices that might compromise the fish's quality. The cramped conditions of basa farms, along with the less than ideal water quality, predispose the fish to a higher risk of diseases. Farmers often turn to a variety of chemicals and medications to fend off infections and parasites in these conditions. But the story doesn't end there. These chemicals have a way of lingering, building up in the fish's tissue over time. This accumulation poses potential health risks to consumers, including increased risk of antibiotic resistance, neurological problems due to pesticide residues, and a higher likelihood of foodborne diseases. A notable study from 2016 casts further concern on this issue, revealing that a significant portion of basa exported to European countries carried Vibrio bacteria, somewhere between 70–80%. Furthermore, around 30% of these fish were found to be contaminated with coagulus-positive Staphylococci, bacteria that can trigger serious cases of gastroenteritis. Such high rates of contamination are alarming and suggest that when it comes to choosing basa, consumers should proceed with caution. Climbing to number 2 on our list are the fish from tropical reefs and warm waters, swimming amidst the beauty of pristine beaches, yet harboring a danger not visible to the naked eye: ciguatera poisoning. This threat is most prevalent in the warm, turquoise waters of regions like the Caribbean, Pacific Islands, Indian Ocean, and the Gulf of Mexico. Here, the danger doesn't lurk in the shadows, but in the very ecosystem itself, primarily due to ciguatoxins. These toxins originate from tiny algae that flourish among coral reefs. The trouble begins when smaller reef fish feed on these algae, accumulating the toxins within their bodies. As larger predatory fish consume these smaller fish, the toxin levels intensify, magnifying the risk of ciguatera poisoning to humans, who then eat these larger fish. Species particularly vulnerable to high levels of ciguatoxins include grouper, barracuda, sturgeon, sea bass, red snapper, amberjack, parrotfish, and triggerfish. It's noteworthy that these species are found globally, but those in warmer, reef-rich waters carry a higher risk of causing ciguatera poisoning. Ciguatera poisoning symptoms are diverse and distressing, ranging from gastrointestinal issues like nausea and vomiting to neurological symptoms such as headaches, dizziness, muscle pain, and in severe cases, breathing difficulties, irregular heartbeats, and even temporary paralysis. The path to recovery from ciguatera poisoning can be long and uncertain, with some individuals recuperating in a few days, while others may grapple with symptoms for months or even years. Unfortunately, cooking the fish does not eliminate the toxin. Compounding this issue, rising ocean temperatures from global warming are boosting the populations of the toxic algae responsible for ciguatera poisoning, making this health threat even more common. Prevention is your best safeguard against ciguatera poisoning. When visiting or living in areas prone to this risk, it's wise to be cautious with your seafood choices, especially when it comes to large reef fish. Keeping abreast of local health advisories concerning ciguatera outbreaks and avoiding the consumption of fish organs where toxins tend to concentrate are prudent measures to take. Topping our list at number 1 is farmed shrimp, a seafood beloved for its subtle taste and culinary flexibility, claiming a significant slice of seafood consumption in the US, about a quarter to be precise. While not a fish but a crustacean, with shrimp's escalating popularity, the demand has surged, leading to more intensive farming practices aimed at maximizing output within constrained spaces. This shift has not come without its challenges. The crux of the issue lies in the increased density of shrimp farms, which amplifies the risk of disease and contamination. To combat these risks, Many shrimp farmers have turned to an array of chemicals and antibiotics, a solution that, while effective in the short term, harbors significant long-term consequences. One of the most pressing concerns is the specter of antibiotic resistance. This global health crisis gains traction in the context of farmed shrimp. A revealing study published in Biomed Research International in 2015 found that an alarming 75% of bacterial strains in sampled farmed shrimp showed resistance to multiple antibiotics. This situation poses a serious threat, as it can make human infections more difficult to treat. Beyond the health implications of antibiotic use, the issue of traceability presents another hurdle for consumers. When purchasing shrimp, it's often challenging to obtain clear information about its origins or the conditions under which it was farmed. This lack of transparency was underscored by a 2014 study from the Oceania Group, which discovered that 30% of shrimp samples in the US were mislabeled. This mislabeling issue complicates efforts for consumers to make informed decisions regarding their seafood choices. For those who cherish shrimp, being vigilant is key. Look for suppliers committed to transparency and traceability, and don't shy away from asking questions about the origins of your seafood. Making informed choices now can lead to healthier and more sustainable outcomes in the future. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 8 fish to avoid at all costs. We've navigated through some crucial insights in the seafood world today, and now it's your turn to join the conversation. What seafood do you typically reach for? Have any seafood safety tips that you live by? Share your favorites and your wisdom in the comments below. If you found today's journey enlightening, remember to hit the like button and spread the word to others. Subscribing to our channel and activating the notification bell ensures you're always in the loop with our latest explorations across a multitude of topics. Our aim is to foster a community that's both knowledgeable and passionate about health and wellness. Thank you for tuning in, and here's to your health and happiness.